Hey everyone, welcome back to Wisdom Wednesdays with Taya Talks. I know I've been on a short hiatus, but I am back to ensure the best content possible. As some of you may know, I'm a camp counselor this summer for a day camp, and as a camp counselor, I've learned quite a few things working with kids. Today, I want to share some of those things with you guys. Now, working with kids is a very rewarding job for many reasons, and one of which is being able to witness the way young minds work and perhaps helping mold them in a very crucial way in a very crucial point of their lives. Now, my goal as a camp counselor is to give the children more than just a simple exchange of services. I want my kids to learn from me while also teaching me a thing or two. My first week of camp was probably the most stressful for me. The camp's lesson for that week was based around the discoveries of science through a kid's lens, and by that, all you can imagine is lots of mess. I constantly found myself overwhelmed by the number of kids and the messiness of each child. It wasn't until one of the adorable children had lended me a word of advice that I was able to relax and take a step back. We were working on rubber bounty balls, and as I walked around, I kept spilling crystals everywhere. And for the third time of me trying to fill a crystal ball mold, one of the girls in the group I was helping heard me sigh and say, "My life is a mess." As a joke, of course. She tapped my hand lightly and she smiled at me. Then she shook her head and said, "Just because you make a few mistakes doesn't mean your life is a mess. In other words, the past is the past, and mistakes are not who you are." Guys, this girl was only about 6 or 7 years old, and she'd just given me the main point of mindfulness. It's so important that we acknowledge our mistakes as a simple lesson or mishaps, not a reflection of our entire situation. If we're able to take these kind words to heart, we will become less critical of ourselves, and in turn, we can begin to appreciate ourselves and work towards our best self. Okay, fast forward to week 2, and our class size is a little bigger. Multiple times, I'd have to redirect children, and oftentimes I'd notice that redirecting them was viewed as a sign that you were a bad kid. The kids actually thought they were bad kids only because I had to say, "Hey guys, stop talking," or "Look at me when I'm talking to you." The kids took it as a label, as something that they were, not just something they were being told to do. While most kids brushed it off the first or second time, the more I redirected them, the more I noticed a shift in their attitude. I then had to explain to the kids, "You are not your bad decisions." Similar to what the little one told me the prior week, I realized that we are oftentimes jumping the gun when labeling ourselves. And we allow ourselves to become upset over unspoken words or opinions, hidden meanings that don't exist. My kids thought I was calling them bad kids only because I had to tell them to focus more. Once we let go of the unspoken and the invisible, we are able to stride toward mindfulness. We must not allow ourselves to get caught up in things like redirection or criticism. We must stay true to ourselves and our intentions. We also must take ourselves only as we are, not as we act. Finally, this week, I've learned the importance of objectivity. We must stop placing ourselves at the center of all the drama and the issues and the problems. Tuesday, a child realized he had done something minutely inappropriate and decided to opt out of the next activity and also accept his actions and move toward improvement. He didn't berate himself. He didn't throw a fit. He didn't even draw attention to the issue. He simply told me, "Miss Tay, I'd like to not do this activity. I've done something wrong, and I don't deserve to do it." This may seem like applauding a fish for swimming, or maybe the opposite of what I just said a few seconds ago. But trust me, this is the type of self-awareness we need to be having. Oftentimes, we're too self-absorbed to notice we've put ourselves in our own situations, and thus, we've created the problems that we have. This is not to say they're not real, but it is to say that in order to be mindful, we must realize our problems as they are, figments and reflections of our own issues, our own thoughts, and our own drama. Once we move outside of that bubble, we'll have a clearer view of what to do next. If I'm thinking of drama, or looking for it, or even reading about it, I'll find it, and it'll resonate with me forever. But if I'm performing poorly, or at least believing I am, the same will occur. I'll never get better. To say this, I'm saying, guys, focus on yourselves. Don't berate yourself, but don't sugarcoat either. If you notice that you're creating your own situations, or that drama floats everywhere, or that issues follow you everywhere, maybe that you're the one that's creating them. Just maybe. All right, guys. That's a thing or two I learned from my kids this week and the weeks prior. Hope you guys enjoyed this Wisdom Wednesday. And meet me here again Monday for some Mindfulness Monday. See ya. Mindfulness, or are a mindfulness veteran and are interested in college girls' take on self-help and reaching enlightenment, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for podcasts every Monday and Wednesday. See ya.